Submit him in front of Khabib.
Yeah. I take him. Khabib used to take people in his shoulder, take them down, and talk to Dana. I would do it to Khabib.
What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Alex Ramos. We got something a little bit different today. Today, we will be reacting to the PBD podcast, sitting down with your guys' former featherweight champion and soon to be lightweight champion of the world, Ilia Topuria, my friends. Now, hey, if you guys don't know who Patrick Beverly is, you guys need to check him out. You guys need to make his channel an everyday watch channel, you guys, because these guys are smart men. And in this podcast, it was a great one. He got Ilia Topuria to come sit down. They went over a bunch of topics from who his favorite boxer is, Canelo Alvarez, to even the matchup with Paddy the Baddy and the drama that's been going on with Paddy the Baddy Pimblett. Why they even have drama in the first place, you guys. Hey, if you guys don't know why Paddy the Baddy and Ilia Topuria have drama, my friends, hey, check this clip out, and this is what we're going to start off with, my friends.
Me and Paddy. I'm looking forward for that fight.
Was it something happen with you and Paddy, or
yeah,
something happened with you guys, right? Yeah. What was that all about? I saw the video.
He said some stupid shit about Georgia, about my country. He said something like, "Now I understand why Russia is throwing bombs to Georgia." And like, bro, you never live in a situation where your country had a war. I lived there in 2008. Don't joke with that.
Got it. So that's what the context was about.
Yeah.
And what prompted him to say something like that?
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know.
Wow.
You know,
he said that to your face, or he said that on Twitter?
No, he said that on Twitter, and I was like,
I got it. And then you went and you guys were at the same event, and you ran into each other.
Exactly.
Oh, I got it.
I saw him, and I went after him, like boom.
And it wasn't promotional. It was very real, raw, because it's not like it's a fight you guys are promoting together.
How can you say this kind of stupid shit? You know what I mean? You can't joke. Sport is sport. We athletes, I respect all of that. But there are lines that you can't cross, you know? The people's lives are involved in this joke. You can't do that.
All right, you guys, just real quick, my friends. Hey, so I completely understand why Ilia Topuria and Paddy the Baddy had that scuffle that went down at UFC 204 London, my friends.
Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you, bitch.
Hey, Paddy the Baddy can't just be going around talking about wars that none of your family or none of your people are even involved in. That Russia and Georgia war that was going on, my friends, that's no joke. So I completely understand Ilia Topuria being mad about that, you guys. But at the same time, you have to kind of see Paddy the Baddy. He speaks out of his ass. I mean, dude, the guy, he's just trying to make some money, and it's trying to set up a huge fight. Now, I know he may not have meant it. He may have meant it. But at the end of the day, I feel like Paddy the Baddy is a guy who is trying to sell the fights, my friends. And what was going on between him and Ilia? It kind of seems like that, because now you got them fist bumping at the UFC 314 press conference. I mean, guys, my question is the beef still there? You see Ilia Topuria going around on Joe Rogan podcast and the PBD podcast. He did the Joe Rogan one today. Guys, I think it is there. I think Topuria deep down inside still wants to run it with Paddy the Baddy. Check the rest of this clip out, man.
Where is this at? Where is this location?
In London.
This is in London. How long ago? Oh, this was a while back. This is 3 years ago.
Yeah, 3 years ago.
Okay, got it.
So hopefully he puts himself in the spot where we can share the octagon one day, and he's gonna realize.
So you want to fight him?
I want to fight him. Of course I want it. Of course. While I'm an active fighter, right now we are in the same weight division. Yeah, look how fat he looks.
But But he does that quite often, right? He puts on the weight and then he trims down. He puts on the weight and he trims down.
Pimple.
That's part of his
Little pimple.
little pimple.
Yeah, Paddy Pimblett. I don't know what to tell you. If he's a good fighter, he's not a good fighter. Sometimes his fight sucks. Sometimes he does something that looks good. I don't know. He's a very average level of fighter. Let's say it like that.
So you think the fight? Oh wow! Is that AI or is that real? Right?
No. That's real. He gets fat.
There's no way that's AI. I don't click on the picture, Rob. I mean, I knew he put on weight, but that's a lot of weight right there.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That looks like a real photo.
That's not his brother or like a relative, or that's him?
No.
I'm not being
It's
funny.
him.
Can you see if that's actually him, Rob?
Ugly as fuck.
Wow, that's unbelievable.
When the guy asks him, when the guy says, I thought that was a real photo, it's absolutely hilarious to see how Patrick Beverly and his homeboy react to seeing Paddy the Baddy fat. I mean, they don't even believe it, you guys. Everybody knows Paddy the Baddy's the type of dude who will gain about 40 pounds and then lose it all within 1 week just so he can make weight. I mean, the guy is notorious for being like that, my friends. That is not an AI picture, guys. That is not an AI picture. That is actually the weight that Paddy the Baddy gains on his offseason. Now, this is where he starts to get into talking about Charles Oliveira and Islam Makhachev, my friends. And hey, I like this. I really do like this. I kind of predicted this, my guys. I have a feeling Ilia Topuria is going to be fighting Charles Oliveira in his next fight. He even feels it, as he says right here, that he's training for it and he's training for Islam Makhachev. You guys, my thoughts on that. I don't think it's the smart move. Like I said in my own video, I don't think it's a smart move for Dana White and the UFC to decide to make the fight between Topuria and Charles Oliveira. I think they're trying to squeeze the lemon for a little bit more juice, you guys. I think they're trying to get as much money as they can. But the risk is, guys, what do I mean by the most money that they can? Try to get the most money they can. What they're trying to do. Look, I understand that the fight with Ilia Topuria and Islam Makhachev could be the highest selling pay-per-view in recent years. I mean, this fight would be absolutely insane. People who don't watch this fight, boxing fans, boxing commentators will be commentating that pay-per-view, my guys. But look, I have a feeling they're trying to squeeze the lemon for a little bit more juice, as in they think that he could beat Charles Oliveira. So why not put him in a fight against Charles Oliveira to set up a super fight after Ilia is able to win that fight? Then imagine they just got the pay-per-view money off of that. Now let's head into Islam full throttle. That's double the money. But this is where they're messing up because, guys, there's a possibility that Ilia Topuria can lose to the Bronx. Charles Oliveira could beat Topuria, you guys. I know you have Khabib. You have everybody talking about how, and everybody probably thinks right now, I even think that Ilia Topuria can beat a guy like Charles Oliveira. But that's just what we're thinking. What if that night goes down and Charles Oliveira takes Topuria out of there? All of a sudden, the UFC just lost their biggest UFC pay-per-view shot in recent years and possibly one of the biggest ever in UFC history. It's all gone now. There's no more hype behind it. Why? Because Charles Oliveira took out Ilia. You guys, check out this clip. Just check out this clip, man.
Mm-hmm. Is your current training a regular training, or is your current training specific training targeted for your next fight being Islam? Like psychologically in your mind, you're already there?
Yeah. I have two names in my mind right now, and we focus all trainings in two names. It's Charles and Islam.
In case if he says you're fighting Charles.
Yeah, in case that he says that I gotta fight Charles, I'm ready for that. Because I'm doing a lot of, like, we watching his fights, seeing his weaknesses, where he's doing, like, I don't know, where he's dangerous, all that. We study him. The same thing with Islam. He's southpaw. He moves a little bit different. He tends to go for the takedowns. So we are preparing. I'm so excited. That's why me, if someone asked to me, like, I would love to fight with Islam. That will be a great one, because I really know that I have the ability to shock the world. Because I know that for me, it's gonna be like, I know that I'm gonna beat him, but for the world, it's gonna be like just what happened. The same thing that happened with Volk, the same thing that happened with Max Holloway. No one never knocked him out. No one did it. And it was like a surprise for everyone. But me personally, I always knew it.
You always
before I walk in the octagon, I was like, thanks God to give me the opportunity to be the first one to knock him out.
You guys, tell me, before you watch this video, wouldn't it be amazing for the UFC to hold a boxing match between UFC fighters? I mean, dude, if that could happen, it would be absolutely ridiculous, because I want to know who is the best boxer in the UFC. Right here, Ilia Topuria, he says he's the best boxer. He looks up to guys like CANELO. Check it out, my friends. The more and more he talks about this, the more and more I'm getting convinced that this man might just be the best boxer in the UFC.
Very special.
Who were your favorite fighters coming up? Like, I know we talk about Conor, we talk Diaz, but who were some of your favorite fighters? You and your brother, you're like, oh, this guy's good. I like watching this guy.
We, like, from MMA or
anything.
Anything. We liked a lot CANELO. CANELO was, and it's one of my favorite athletes. Yeah, I learned so much from him.
Why CANELO? Technical skills?
Technical skills. I learned, like, we were watching his videos, his training footage, like everything. And we were trying to copy that, to repeat that. He inspired us a lot.
Have you ever met him or no?
No, never.
So you guys have never trained?
Never. Hopefully one day I met him in person.
Wow. Ilia, let me ask you, like, in the specific boxing side, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like when they ask him, they're like, hey, Jake Paul, fighting against CANELO. To CANELO, it's like, it's a very different world. Is your technical abilities in boxing, stand up, how good do you think you stand technical abilities with somebody that's a professional boxer?
Okay, don't say CANELO, because I wouldn't fight him, because
he's somebody you look up to.
Yeah, he inspired me so much. At some point, I said, like, I would fight. No, I wouldn't. If I prepare for 6 months, like, only boxing, I don't do anything about wrestling, about, I don't know, knees, elbows, grappling, whatever. Only boxing, bro, put me whoever you want in front of me. Whoever. And I hear a lot of guys talking about, like, boxers. No, Ilia, he has a good boxing, but for MMA, but he has nothing to do with me in the boxing ring. I'm like, listen, you don't have anything to do with me outside, inside, whatever you want. Like, what you want to do. Even if you want to play a chess match, I beat you.
Why do you think that? Why do you believe that?
Because I know how good I am in boxing. I train every day boxing, every day. That's part of my life. I spar with pro boxers. I learn boxing. I don't know. I consider myself that I can box with anyone. Just give me 6 months. Only boxing preparation. Like, I don't think that I saw anyone in MMA that I was like, he has a great boxing.
Conor?
But he had better boxing than a lot of people. He had it. But Max, boxing is about simple movements. You can do so much movements and switch the standards, switch the stands all the time. That's not boxing. In boxing, you have to be, like, very disciplined all the time, and very protected. You have to select all your combinations. You have to move your head, and you have to be very good to administrate your energy. Because you have 12 rounds, and that's a completely different movie.
Like I said, it seems like he knows what he's talking about when it comes to boxing. I love Ilia Topuria. I love how he loves boxing. I like how he likes Canelo, you guys. I'm excited to see what's going to happen with him. Now, one more thing. The thing that got me most excited out of all these videos is him saying that he's going to ask Islam Makhachev, what's your favorite submission? And whatever Islam says, Topuria says that's how he's going to submit Islam Makhachev. And man, he had Patrick Beverly busting up because it sounds unbelievable. You guys, check out this last clip. I can't wait for that fight if it happens, man. It's going to be a blockbuster, man. Like and subscribe, and I'm out, my friends.
Your matchup with Makhachev, where do you have the advantage, and where does he?
This is what I told you. You ask me, I feel that I have the advantage in everything. This is what I truly believe. Me personally, I would ask him, like, what's your favorite submission? Whatever, I don't know. Dark choke. I'm going to submit you with that.
So if you ask him what his favorite submission is, you would do that to him?
Yeah.
This is a guy that's trained and coached by Khabib, who, 28-0, stories that he's never lost a round in his life.
I take him close to Khabib. I will submit him closer to Khabib.
You'll submit him in front of Khabib?
Yeah. I take him. Khabib used to take people in his shoulder, take them down and talk to Dana. I would do it to Khabib. Like, I will take him, but...
And then talk to Khabib.
Talk to Khabib. Khabib, I have to do it.
What would you tell him?
No, I wouldn't. Like, all the respect, but this is how I feel. I feel that I submit him with the darts. Like, which one is your favorite? Darts.
So this part, you're not joking. Whatever he tells you
this one I'm not joking. Like, I truly believe that I submit him with the darts or whatever. I don't know. Tell me, which one's your favorite? Don't tell me a hell hook or some bullshit submissions that, I don't know.